So you know when you go into the butterfly, one pad comes down first, or maybe when you get in your RVH, on this side, it feels great, feels really comfortable, but then you come over here and it's just, you never seem like you can get in the right position. Or, when it's time to push to this post, you're great, but pushing to this post, it always feels like you can't get the same power, you're not getting enough bite. So that's what we're gonna work on today, figuring out ways we can work off the ice to even that out, because you can't have a weak side. Teams get to know that, shooters get to know that, and then they're gonna exploit it every single time. So let's finish up here, then we'll head back into the lab and I'll give you some specific things that you can work on. We'll just fix it right now. I'm Maria Mountain. I'm an exercise physiologist. I specialize in off-ice training for hockey goalies. Okay, so let's zero in on a couple of really quick movement pattern exercises that you can do away from the ice. So will help you, even out that butterfly, get a little more comfortable getting into and out of your RVH on both sides. All you need, I'm wearing my goalie knee pads. I'm using a super band because it has to be unloaded. We can't just smash into those positions off the ice and think that's off-ice training, because that's just really adding wear and tear. It's also not giving us a chance to sort of focus in on using some of the smaller muscles that can help guide us in and guide us out or control those motions. So let me just set up here and then we'll get rolling. So I'm wearing just my goalie knee pads, and then this is about inch and a half super band. It's a pretty good resistance. I have it attached to a power rack, something that isn't gonna drag along across the floor. It needs to be something really, really solid. So if we start off by let's start working on our RVH, because we'll have sort of a side that feels pretty comfortable and a side that not so comfortable. And some of that is anatomical. If you go back and look at the video I did on why some of our training should be asymmetrical, it's a hard one. Asymmetrical. You'll see why that is, but our pelvis kind of has a somewhat consistent asymmetry to be a little bit rotated towards our right. If you want me to go into more details in it, leave it in the comments below. Ask me to go into more detail, and I'll maybe even shoot a new video on that to kind of remind you why that is. So we're not exactly the same anatomically going in and out of the right side and the left side. But let's just imagine that we are the same. So I have this attached just at my hips, and I'm going to get nice into my nice low position. So remember that deliberate practice is the name of the game here. So I'm not going to stand straight up and go into it. I want to get in my nice low ready position, have my chest a little bit projected forward. Where should my glove be? Where should my blocker be? I usually actually hold my stick when I do this one. But all I'm going to do, I'm going to keep control. I'm not going to smash down in that position, but I'm going to come down into my RVH. I don't have quite as much internal rotation as I would have on the ice. Again, I'm trying to spare my joints a little bit and just work the pattern. So I can come here, I can go paddle down. Where should I be looking? Then I can come up as I'm getting in my tall position, and then I can bring myself out of it. So I'll think about using some of the muscles on this leg to help push me out of it, rather than, so boom, now I'm going to push myself out of it here, rather than, what we do on the ice sometimes is have to shift our weight over here before we stand up. So glove and blocker, let me grab my stick. So if I'm here and then I come down, I can come down, paddle down, come up tall, and then back up. And where am I in terms of my ready position? At each movement, I'm paying attention. Where should my stick be? Where should my glove be? Where should I be looking? And then come out of that position. And you would repeat that on both sides. And start with about 6 or 8 repetitions on each side, trying to go into the pattern over about a count of 3, come out of the pattern about a count of 3, but paying attention, consciously moving in and moving out, not, using momentum or just smashing it out. This is about deliberate practice. It's not about energy system training. It's not about trying to do exactly what you would do on the ice. And then listen to your body. If it doesn't feel good to your knee or your ankle or your hip, then don't do it. But if it feels pretty good, helps you practice that pattern, getting in, getting out, that's perfect. Now let's move on to the butterfly. So having the puck beat you into the butterfly sucks. Or if you, I know a lot of you do, one knee goes down first and then the other. So you get that one knee down and then the puck sneaks through the other side, and it's like, oh, that's a save you should have made. So still have my goalie knee pads on. I have an RVH pad here that gives me a little more height off the ground to almost account for my knee stacks plus some, because the higher I can get up, the less strain there is on my hips. And really, this isn't, it's not that, there's something wrong with your hips that one goes down before the other. It's just a habitual pattern, and we're trying to improve it. It's different off the ice because we don't get to a point where our feet release the way they would on the ice, but we can still practice that pattern, see what we do. I also like it too because I'm a big one for lifting up my stick as I go into my butterfly. So here I can think about getting nice and low and then go into my butterfly and then come out with nice control, get nice and low, into my butterfly, getting both those pads down at the same time. And I can think of actively driving my knees to the ice while staying tall in my torso. So the other thing I don't want to do is come down into my butterfly and be sitting back in my hips. So I can think about getting here, drive down, but stay tall in my hips. And the bungee is basically pulling me up and out of my butterfly. So when I go down, there isn't a big force. I don't feel impact through my body. And you can see as I come out, I really just have to push a little bit with my quads to come back out. If I didn't have this super band on, I'd really be jarring down and then I'd have a lot of trouble coming back out. So I'm feeling like giving you a bonus that is sort of along the same theme of evening out side to side your butterfly or RVH, and this is how to even out your butterfly pushes. So a lot of you feel like, hey, I'm really good, pushing to my right, or I'm really good pushing to my left, but the other side isn't so great. We can also work on this just using our super band. So if you get in your good strong position, think about, okay, my head and my hands should go first, but then we're just gonna get a really nice push off this side. So boom, boom, push. And I have a pretty good resistance to start with. So I'm coming around, push, push. And I'm trying to get that quick, powerful push. I don't want to make it slow and as long as I can make it. I want to get a quick impulse. If I want to really just simplify things, it's just going to be here, keeping that foot up, push, push, push. And you can see I'm not smashing back down into this position. I'm getting a very aggressive push, but then I'm just resetting, push, resetting, so that I can build some specific strength and power in this leg. Now, if you haven't been doing your basic strength training, then this is putting the cart before the horse. This is an advanced exercise. If you don't have the strength in your leg, you can work power all you want. You'll probably see some improvements, but you're not going to tap out your speed in the crease. So you would start with strength first, work on the pattern, the other two exercises I already gave you in this video, build that strength, then you would add in something like this. So that's how you even out your butterflies so that both knees come down at the same time. It's how you get a little more familiar moving into and out of your RVH on both your strong side and your weaker side. And a quick bonus strategy there showing you how an exercise, a little more advanced exercise. If you're not doing any single leg strength training, that's where you should start. But if you're doing single leg strength training and you're having trouble getting that to translate onto the ice, then try this last drill that we did, working on those power pushes from your butterfly, one side at a time. My work here is done. I will catch you next time. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. If there's a topic you want me to cover in a video, leave it in the comments below. I will do it for sure, and I answer every single question and comment, unless it's stupid. See ya!